told yourself, and when I feel more confident, I will do it. When I stop being afraid, I'll make a move. I will start when everything feels right. To be honest, we've all been there. I mean, I've been there 1,000 times over. And the painful part is that feeling you're waiting to feel, that feeling of readiness. It never comes the way you expect it to. That is the truth.
Yes.
Because this is what you need to know. Confidence is not something that comes when you get started. Confidence is what you get after you start. Right? You do not become confident by thinking about it. You become confident by doing it. Like I just teach up. Yeah.
All right. So the next thing we're going to talk about is that everything we're going to talk about today shows you how exactly and how true it is for you to believe that action, when you start a thing, that's when confidence comes to you. You don't sit and say, oh, I will be bold, I will be sharp, I will do this, I will do this. Meanwhile, you've not started. All right. It's when you start, in actual fact, that's when the confidence comes, because you've done this thing over and over again, and you've gotten a master of it. And that's what we're going to be talking about the third time. And it's time for you to relax and enjoy this video. If you're someone seeking confidence, validation, and ways on how to navigate through what you are good at, mastering the arts, then this video is something you should sit down and watch.
All right. So you're going to take the first point, and then I'll take the next one, build up like that. So how exactly does confidence start? For section 1, it says action creates confidence. Right, let's start here. For everybody can relate to this. I remember the very first time I ever spoke in front of a crowd. I can't tell what was happening to my right leg. It was literally shaking. It was shaking so much, because most of the times it's after you do it, you can say, okay, you started to gain confidence, because evidence, action gives you evidence of, okay, I've done this before. And from there, that's where confidence comes. Most of the times, our brain needs proof before it believes we are capable of doing something.
Exactly.
The problem most people have is that they want proof before they do a thing. I mean, how? It's not possible. And it doesn't work that way. Proof only comes after you've taken action. It's like saying, okay, you want to go and maybe sell real estate for the very first time. And you say, okay, before I make my first sale, let me go and check how I did the last sale. How now? How will you check for your first? You want to make your first sale, then you want to check? No, there's always has to be an action taken first, from which you can then grow, have evidence that gives you confidence in return. The first time you do it may be a little bit shaky. The second time, a little bit calmer. By the third time, you're starting to relax. And after enough times, you realize you're better at that. And the same thing with learning to drive too. Nobody gets on the wheel the very first time. And no matter of factly, I played a lot of video games before I started driving. I played Need for Speed. I played GTA. You know, I played simulation games on driving. And I felt like the first time I entered a car, it's going to just die. It's just like, match it and we move. The first time I entered a car, will be tighter than me. And it was my friend's car. I didn't know there was a truck behind. Next thing I heard the honk. I just pulled over and parked. I froze for like a few seconds. But look at me now. You know how to do this shit right now. But it's always, the first time is never going to be excellent. Yeah.
Okay, so the next thing I'm going to talk about is that if you are looking to start a business, if you are looking to start anything whatsoever, and you want to be super good at it, you have to constantly show up. Right, these examples are always the same every time. You have to constantly do it. You don't have to stay where you are and now envision that you'll be perfect at it. You'll be surprised when they give you that opportunity, you will flop it. That leads me to the point 2. Fear reduces through repetition. All right, I have a lot of examples to explain this, where I constantly did something even when it wasn't making sense. I still remember my first 2, 3, 4, 5 videos. They were not perfect. But I'm that person that will put it out there. Because I always make reference that I started without it being perfect. And eventually I've grown over a period of time. So this is just a pointer to that person watching this video, still thinking on how to become super good at what you are doing. One way to do it is to constantly build reputation. Do it, don't get it. Start over again, do it again, don't get it. you notice the flaws, you watch it. Sometimes you talk on the camera, you watch your face, you see how you said it. Next time you upgrade on it, you do it better. And that's how you become super good. That's how you become super confident. And that is this particular principle cuts across everything in life. All right. Check people who have done businesses before. They will tell you that they've done businesses that failed. They've lost money. But they didn't say, oh, because they've lost money, they will now go and sleep. No, you have to try again. You have to do it again. You've known how best not to do it. Now you try it again and you get it. You try another one. Sometimes you still fail, but you've learned another method. You learned another trick. You try another way. All right. So that's how literally life is. And someone I was listening to would always say that you don't, as you are driving, you don't always see the end. Like if you are going to Lagos now, you won't stay in Enugu and say, and see Lagos. Do you understand? But it's one journey, one step at a time. That's when you get to your location. That's when you get to your destination. So if you're watching this video and you're still thinking on how to start, you know you're super good at something and you're still hesitating that we know you are good. We don't know how good you are unless you've showed up consistently and we have seen that value.
So it's in deep.
The next one.
The next point is everybody can relate to this. You know, these things are things everybody can relate to. The successful people and people that are still just starting off. The thing is, even the most successful people that you know in any industry, they all started off without being certain. That they started off feeling uncertain, and it's what we want to talk about now, addressing that feeling of uncertainty. And we want to address the lie that a lot of people believe about success, so that they all started with confidence that the first time they went out there, they just slew it.
That's not true.
You know, someone said something one time, and I was like, really, bro, go back and read your scriptures. He said it's a lie that some people come out the first time confident. Say, but look at David now, the first time he came out against Goliath, that he was very confident.
Nah.
Like, bro, calm down. Bro had killed a lion and a bear before. There was a place of rehearsal before he eventually did that. It doesn't look like it wasn't that wasn't his first attempt in quotes. Exactly. And it's like that with everybody. It's not the first try is not always going to be very, very excellent. Almost everybody doing something great today started exactly probably where you are right now, or if you're someone who hasn't built confidence yet. Even the great Oprah Winfrey, right? The story has it that from her very first television job, she was fired. She was still emotional. She wasn't suitable for TV and all of that. But guess what? She went again. She tried again. She kept showing up, like she said, going over and over, attending, going for TV shows. And guess what? She even acted at some point. Yeah, she acted, it didn't work. She kept trying. And this is one point where most people
give up.
My former self will give up. I said, God, is it you talking? It's like, there's no road here, God. You're telling me I should give up. I should chase something else. But that's not the truth. That is not the truth. The truth is, if you keep working on something, eventually that work will work on you and it will then work. Exactly. That's how it always goes.
It's not just for you. After working in you, it will not work for you.
Exactly. That's how it always is. Today, Oprah Winfrey is an international name. If you don't know her, if you haven't heard of her name before, then you're obviously, I don't know, but that's how it was. Every successful person, every big person you know now, didn't just start off very confident. They started up messy, they started up uncertain. But today, the ones who refused to give up in their uncertain days, who kept showing up, who kept putting out videos, who kept talking, who kept improving on themselves, who held on to reasons not to stop, are the ones who eventually now are doing big things. The uncertainty did not disqualify them. And for you to, your uncertainty does not disqualify you either.
Wow. Okay, so if you're finding value in this video, let us know in the comment section. And also don't forget to like this video. The next point is super interesting, which is waiting to feel ready. It delays the growth you are supposed to have. So think about it. You are waiting. Time is going. To you, you have a lot of time. Yeah. But in real sense, time is literally going every single day. So is it not better you start bad? In fact, start worst. Let people laugh at you. All right? I know some people that whenever they say something online, people laugh at them, but they always show up. Like I always say, people will still be drawn to you because of your personality. All right. So this is an opportunity for you to start that business, that goal. You want to start that job, that's whatever it is, just start it up. All right. Some people watching you right now have been preparing for a very long time. In fact, where you are now, some people are even wishing they are there. But why is it that we don't so much believe in ourselves? Maybe because of what we've heard in the past. So maybe nobody believed in you and you now decided to stay in a place for a long time. Researching, planning, taking courses, waiting for the right time, waiting until the money is right, until the children are older, until things settle down, until everything is lined up perfectly. All those things can delay you to actually starting. So quit all the excuses, whatever it is that can be the perfect excuse. I'm not saying the excuses are not valid, but they are perfect in itself. Quit them and get the job done.
Before we talk about the next point, there's something I want to actually point out or say. You know, this confidence conversation, it's interesting. Most of the time, confidence, like you said, comes from evidence, comes from you having done something before.
Over a period of
So
time.
I need to say this, right? When you haven't done something before, when you have no history of success in something new, you cannot leverage confidence. But what can you leverage at that time? Courage. So you may not have had anything you have done before, but have the courage to attempt something. Someone said courage is doing something despite being afraid, despite being unsure. Confidence, on the other hand, is doing something because you've done it before, because you have something speaking for you. So if you're someone who has never done something before, you haven't started a business, you haven't led any, because there's no result in the past, but you can leverage courage. There's a book I read that helped me so much, and it's called the 5-second rule. I practiced it so much so that I do it now. Sometimes in my head, when I want to do something and I feel fear, I just count down to 5, 5, 4, 3, 2. I just do it again. It means what happen.
Let's see happen.
Right. So that's one practical thing you can do before you take any step to do something you feel that's quite big and you feel you need confidence for. Okay. The next thing we want to talk about is related. So confidence is earned through experience, basically. True. Like I said, you have no track record. So what are you leveraging? You have to leverage courage. You must actually leverage courage. And something happened to, he's now a renowned footballer in the world. And he's, of course, Cristiano Ronaldo. Everybody knows him right now. People say at some point, they say he's quite arrogant. His confidence is piercing and all of that. But that is because of the experience he has garnered over time. Repeating, working, showing up, like she mentioned, showing up every single time.
Yeah.
It's what built, it's the foundation of the times they showed up when it was uncomfortable, all the times they did the hard thing, all the times they failed and chose to come back anyway. That is what builds confidence. And that kind of confidence, of course, is unshakable because it did not come from outside. It didn't come from flattery. It didn't come from, oh, you're so good, sugar. That one, when they're saying that's something that our boss does, and I've started doing it to say, oh, wow, boss, that's so smart. So I know, right? I know. It's not pride. He knows because over time, it's not you're not complimenting him to make him confident. You're just complimenting because what he did is obviously good.
Yeah.
And so that's what happens because he has failed a couple of times and still kept showing up. So he knows he's good because he knows he's good, not because you're saying it. And we all have to grow to that place. Confidence is not something I can hand to you. It's not something I can give. You have to earn it. That's why you say it's earned through experience. The same way everyone who came before you earned it started by doing something before they felt ready, by doing it afraid, by getting it wrong and showing up again, by choosing action over waiting over and over until the day they looked up and realized I'm not the same person when I started. Now that is real confidence. It doesn't mean that I sounded like this. I was never like this. I started afraid, and right now here we are. So in all of this, the conversation is you have to do it regardless. Confidence is not something I can hand to you. You have to earn it by yourself through experience.
All right. As we round up this video, let's also talk about something about confidence people don't like. When you are confident, sincerely, people will think you are arrogant.
Yeah.
People will think that this person too do. But if that is your forte, if that's what you derive joy in doing, please go ahead and do it. All right. Some people are in their shells today because they are asking themselves, what would people say? What would my friends say? How would people see me? Meanwhile, you have so much talent and so much potential in you, but you are thinking about what people will say. So this is that video that would encourage you to push harder, encourage you to know that a lot of people don't like people being confident because they feel like they are arrogant. But in the real sense, they are not. They're just people who have done something they cannot do.
Exactly.
That's what I understand. That if you're doing something, you're always showing up online, posting, taking pictures, showing out there, doing videos. People always say, why is this person like this? Meanwhile, the thing there is that they can't do it. So they are angry at you doing it. And that is why you should pay attention to you growing and becoming so confident about what you do about yourself, irrespective of how you look, irrespective of how the backgrounds you are coming from, whatever that has happened to you in the past. This will help you achieve whatsoever. All right. Nobody can hand this to you, like he said. You have to earn it. Even if I teach you, we talk about it. It starts working when you stand up and do it for yourself. That is when it makes sense, right? The same way everyone who came before you earned it. And that is how you, as a person, young person growing up, will earn it by yourself. People,
Yes.
I've seen some young people that other people know because they are confident, they are bold, they are talented, they know what they are talking about, they believe in their values, and they come out and share it, right? That's how people get known and get seen, especially when you're doing the right thing, right?
Yes.
So I'm not the person that everybody would always start a nobody in quotes. Everybody always starts like nobody knew you. But over a period of time, people they want to associate with you. There's one man of God that I used and end this point. When he started, he said he had done so much that nobody knew about him. What blew him out was just one message he preached. And boom, they carried snippets from those messages. And that's how the man blew up. People were asking, where has this man been before? Where has this man been before? Imagine if he had been in his house. Like, imagine if he had said, oh, nobody's watching me. I don't have followers. Let me sit in the house. I'm not talking. But the man, if he listed out the number of times he has preached and the number of years he has been as talked as a pastor, nothing happened. But just one message blew him up. So is it that you don't have to wait till you become confident? You have to, in the process of it, you grow confidence, and that's how it builds in you. Then that same work will now work for you, right? Yeah.
More.
Onward. I think we have to.
It's the same thing for everybody, and you are not excluded. I felt when she was talking about that, she was talking to somebody. You are particularly talking to someone. You have been doing so much. Maybe you've been putting out and out and out. Now nobody knows you yet. Relax. This is sort of out of the conversation, but just keep showing up.
Yeah.
Keep showing up. All right. If you got value from this, make sure to share, like, subscribe to the channel as well. Share with someone who is battling with confidence. There's something called the competence loop. There are 4 levels of competence, right? There's the unconscious competence, there's the conscious competence, there's the unconscious competence as well. So there are 4 levels. Most of the times you have to grow through these phases, right? Just make sure you're taking action. Start taking action. The main idea behind this video is to make sure that you take action. Go and do one small part of it today. If it's a business you want to start, have you started drafting the business plan? If it's a video, have you recorded your first video? If it's a conversation you want to have with someone, send the person a text message now. Ma, can we have a conversation by this time? Apply for that opportunity. Make that move. Like we said, evidence builds over time, and that's how it works. So that's the much we can bring your way for today's live session. And that's all from my end.
All right. Thank you for sticking with us. So we'll come your way again. Take care and see you in our next video. Bye.